Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously. Oh, look at that. Okay, my delicious babies, 3, 2, 1, my choose little lights. Thank you, little lights, you're delicious and bright. Oh. Still only 2 shining, my delicious little babies. Okay, I keep them close to my heart. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So the time is 4:20 in the afternoon in our old England, my delicious little babies. And yeah, and oh God, look at that. Oh, look at this. And what's that one? The weather is very grey. The weather is very dreary and dark. That's all right, because I've still got 2 lights shining. There we are. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, and it's time to feel good. Hey, whoa, baby, and time to feel good. Yeah, whoa, baby. Okay, my delicious babies, and I hope that wherever you are in the world, that the weather, there we are, is better wherever you are in the world. Okay, my delicious babies, now then. So, what is it that I want to say this evening? Okay, so I've just listened to my own video, my delicious babies, my own video, okay, and I noticed that it never got 1 view. That was the video where I mentioned a 73-year-old woman, bless her beautiful, dear little soul, okay, who decided to come on somebody else's video. Okay, well, of course, it's linked to Instagram. There we are. You know what I mean, Martha Space. Me personally, I do not go on to Instagram. No, I do not, you know. No, I do not, you see, because at the end of the day, anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. Okay. But the fact of the matter is this, my delicious little babies. Anyway, I wish whoever it is, there we are, well, we are, for what they did. And I'm going back, there we are, a number of years ago now. Okay, I wish them all well. Can you consider that? Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, what I'm wanting you to do this evening is, even though you consider light here, right? Please look at my birth trace. Please look at my face. What can you see? If you see me normally when I'm doing, there we are, when I'm doing a video, you will always see where I look rather feminine. So you can always tell, there we are, a woman. You can always tell what a woman is. But with these lights here, if you look at the bottom half of my mouth, you'll see it looks more masculine. Okay? Then go to here, then go to here, but they're pointing to there. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? What I'm doing is, there we are, I'm training you. There we are, I'm training. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay. So look at here, I look feminine. Look here, and I look more masculine. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? So my light's not going to stop shining. I've just got to go and get extra lights. I think I'm going to have to go into my healing room and go and get some of the lights out to be Cornwall that one of my beautiful dear little neighbours and friends up the road sent me, you know, that I put in my healing room. I think that I'm going to have to bring that light out. You know what I mean, my delicious babies, that light out. Okay. Now then, my delicious babies, so what is it that I want to talk about? So I'm not going to keep this video long. So what came up on my feed, my delicious little babies? What came up on my feed was an Epstein video, which was over 2 hours long. I'm not going to advertise them. Why am I not going to advertise them? Well, I'm going to let you know the reason why, my delicious babies, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to repeat this again. And I did a video yesterday evening, like I just said earlier, that got no views. Look at that, no views, no views. Okay. To do with the fact that, you know, who I advertise. Okay, I remember years ago. Okay, where I was watching this dear gentleman, dear David Mahoney's video. Okay, where he had a dear woman on there, and her dad was the caretaker to the Epstein Island. Now, it turns out that he never seen nothing, she never seen nothing. Right, okay. Now let's fast forward, okay, to what's going on right now, my delicious little babies, okay? So they want to keep ramping it up. Okay, my delicious babies, they want to keep ramping this up. Please look at my hands, my delicious little babies, okay? If anybody happens to be interested in hands or palm reading or anything like that, please look at my hands. Please look at all my fingers. Okay, my delicious babies, I'll leave it there for you just to look at. Now, because my hands are always in water, I usually always have short nails. I let them grow so far, okay, but they just tend to break off. Okay, my delicious babies, but if you look at my hand, you can see my actual hand. Okay, so that's going to give you an indication. There we are, the type of woman that I am. Okay. All right, my delicious little baby, there we are. All right then, my delicious little babies, do you follow me? There we are, yes. So we seem to have a lot of, there we are, other things going on, but ones, there we are, still keen. Oh, do you remember that? That was around years ago. It used to be called Keen. It was like a company, and they used to drop off leaflets and pamphlets and books, you know, that you could, that's just reminded me, my delicious babies, that you could drop off, you know, a leaflet or a book, and you could buy products from it, you know, to help to clean home. Now then, if you go back decades, and decades, my delicious babies, we never used to have all this shit. We never used to have all this shit. And I feel so blessed, truly, truly, truly blessed to my heart, that my beautiful dear granddad, bless his beautiful dear little soul. I happened to be listening to a video earlier, my delicious babies, and my beautiful, bless his beautiful dear little soul. Okay, so I know that I have his true blessing, that he came into my orbit, my delicious babies, okay? And my beautiful dear little granddad, he was very, very prim and proper, but let me tell you, he never ramp, isn't it? And he never like who come into the country. I'm not talking about Jamaican, African, Asian who came in decades before. I'm talking about we're going to the 1980s. Mardish babies, he never liked it one bit, isn't it? And he, there we are, made his presence and his thoughts, there we are, known big time. Now, what's came up on my feed as well, my delicious babies, I haven't wrote it down because this is rather personal, okay? Because he used to work for a whole prison. There we are, and he was a chief engineer, okay, in the prison. Okay, my delicious babies. So at the end of the day, I need to take a listen to this video. Okay, but it just so happens, there we are, that it's came up on my feed. Look at that. At the same time that this Epstein video appeared, that the Epstein video was what, just over 2.5 hours long now, babies. I do not believe that your man there, we do not like this word because we seem to keep hearing it time and time again, okay, very sadly with what's going on in the world. No thanks now to the putrid governments, there we are, in our country, in our old England, there we are, and all around the world now then, okay, and murdering, okay, there we are, and continuing to want to murder, okay, anybody who gets in their way, there we are. Okay, Martin babies, okay, but let me be done telling you this very nicely. At the end of the day, the way it goes is like this. The only way that any of this can change, there we are, is when we put a stop to it, okay? But of course, if you're going to have so many in alternative media, no, I'm not talking about all, and mainstream, okay, how are we going to change this? You're not going to change it, okay? Too many, there we are damn well scared, there we are, and they're damn well scared because they know that at the end of it, there's nothing to talk about, isn't it? There's nothing to talk about, isn't it? No business to chat, no sales. You know, if you look at a lot of alternative media, they're selling something now. Ding, 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 ding. They're selling something, whether it's T-shirts, coffee, hats. There we are, lots of hats. Okay, Mardish babies, okay, stick the fucking 2 fingers up to them. Okay, so they're all in the, there we are, in the same club, even if they do not even realise it. But there are some, there we are, who are well in the club. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, it's just that it's not made very public. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But there we are. But we could put a stop to this tomorrow. But the truth is, for mainstream, for a lot, not all, a lot of the alternative media, there we are, they don't want it to really change because I've got nothing across my shoulders. If they really wanted it to change, there we are, we could have been dealt with this, there we are, but they do not, because it's a fear. It's a fear that if they've got no more geopolitical, if they've got no more, you know, what's going on with the tunnels, with everything like this, so I've just done that, okay? Okay, the fact of the matter is, what is it there now then, there we are, that they've got to talk about? Could it be that maybe what they're really frightened of is going and sitting, there we are, in a teepee, okay, where everything is calm, there we are? Could it be that, my delicious babies? There we are. I've got it again, and yet my room's warm. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, okay? That they have to sit still. So you're talking about a lot of the alternative media who have made a lot of ka-ching, ching, 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 ching from, you know, advertising, discussing, you know, different topics and subjects now. But if they had to really come together and sit in a teepee and then find that there's nothing else to talk about, no wars, no death and destruction, we do not like that word, but we seem to keep hearing it, no random where one's just come on the road and decide to slice up somebody else now then, there we are, okay? No more to do with our poxy NHS poxy doctors. I had somebody who came for a healing today, my babies, and let me tell you, this one's took 4 of the jibby jabs. There we are, 4 of the fucking jibby jabs. And I will swear, my babies, because it fucking pisses me off. There we are. And this is not the first time, and it's surely not going to be the last. Okay, I hear about this time and time and time and time and time again. But then there's a song, isn't there, Martin? Babies, is he still locked up? If I could turn back the hands of time, then my darling, you'd still be mine. If I could turn back the hands of time. Please read in between the lines, the song, the year, what I'm saying in those particular words. How many times, my dear, giddy Jesus, my dear, giddy God within, how many times do I have to keep saying, there we are, to keep saying this now then? How many times, there we are, to get ones to understand? There we are. I just do not know how long this is going to take. Once in a lifetime, oh no, what a hold me down. Once in a lifetime. You know, with a massive house. You know what I mean? Look at the year of the song and look at the song. There we are, that I'm singing again. So I have to, there we are, be done singing this again. When are ones, there we are, going to get it? Okay? If one's went and live in a teepee, there we are. I'll go back to the teepee. If you go and live in a teepee now, like a tent, okay, and you have only what you need, which could be something to cook with, something to wash with, okay, which usually you got out of your teepee, there we are, to do this, okay, then there ain't no need for an iron, there we are, for an ironing board. There ain't no need for a kettle. There ain't no need for a microwave. There ain't no need for a cooker. There ain't no need for a fridge or a freezer. There ain't no need for nothing, isn't it? Because you're living off the true, there we are, the true land. Okay, there we are. And this is what they do not want. Okay, so just before I finish my video, so like I said, I'm not going to advertise. No, I'm not. Because when all of this is going on, I've been done, there we are, long time saying, they then decide to bring it on my feed, which I'm pretty sure that many others would have that same information. And then you got alternative media, bless their beautiful dear little souls, not in that way, not in that way. I do not mean it disrespectfully, but when all of that is going on, something else, there we are, is going on in the background, isn't it? There we are, sus. Keep your chin up and keep your boobies up for any woman out there. And I probably come across, there we are, as being rather raw, but stay who you are as a woman, isn't it? And whatever you do, stop these silly damn flipping dieting shit. All of this shit, stop it. Because a woman now is meant to have, there we are, meat on the bone. That's the old-fashioned saying, that we were meant to have meat on the bone. We're not meant to look like a little skin rabbit. I love little rabbits, figure of speech. We're not meant to look like little skin rabbits. Even though you see, you know, you go back to 1900s, go back to the Victorian, they look a little bit busty. They had a little bit of curves here and there, okay? But the servants were meant to be like slaves, were meant to be skinny and thin. You see what I'm saying? Yesterday, and you look at it through the decades, look at World War One, World War Two, and they had everybody on ration. That's why, hello, ding, ding, dong, dong. That's why it continued until it got to a certain point. What was it? I would have said the 80s. No, I would have said, well, I would have said partly the 80s, 90s, especially with the old China, coming in. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, they've been here a long time, but what I'm saying is you got the Chinese food, you got the Indian food, you got the Muslim food, then they bring the oils in. Okay, Martish, baby. So I'm not being racist. Anyway, I'm not even going to say it. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not that way. I'm just, there we are, done telling it the way it is. There we are, isn't it? Right? And if ones don't like, then skip my channel because your fucking services are not required. Because that is a stage. There we are, Martish, baby. I've fucking got to. Okay. Just not understanding me very well, isn't it? What is the problem? I'm talking in English. What is the problem that ones cannot understand from one mouth to another? There we are. Is this what we become? Is this what we have become? I've just told it two different ways. Now then, my little babies, that's what I've got to say there. Now, I was shuffling my cards. Let's have a look. Five of Pentacles, for whoever it is in the world. We know who. Okay, maybe a loss of finances. Could that be the council tax? And could it be the, television? Yeah. Maybe somebody's not talking to another. There we are. Maybe they're going in the shell. Seashells on the seashore. Seashells, do you want more? Yeah, we know what's going on there, Martish babies, when everybody's done talking about Epstein. Okay, Martish babies, come on. Kiss my lippies, what is going on? There we are, look at the truth of what's going on. Next one, somebody's on the move, Four of Pentacles. Okay, maybe they're going from one location, there we are, to another. Okay. Maybe somebody's wanting to settle. There we are with somebody else. Okay, but there's movement involved. What do we got here? King of Swords. The King of Swords is usually a doctor or some kind of professional advisor, accountant. There we are. I just got. Okay, somebody, there we are, is trying to work out the finances now, isn't it? Look at that, look at that. But then you got another woman behind him. There we are, you got another woman behind him. Queen of Cups. She's somebody who's very attractive, okay, but she's not very good at speaking up for herself. So she can talk to others, she can give information, she could do whatever she does, but she's not very good with emotions. So who this is, if you look at these two, okay, they're working hand in hand, like hand in a glove. Next one, Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is all about to whoever it may concern in the world and to alternative media, murder. I've just got murderers. Na 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 na. Here comes the hot stepper, murderer. Excuse me, Mr. Officer, murderer. Still living like that. Yeah. So for some, they feel there we are that the ship is coming in and all the worries are soon going to be at an end. But for others, they need to move forward. So for the alternative media now and the mainstream media, there we are. Choose your poison. Right? Next one, Four of Swords. Four of Swords generally means needing a peaceful interlude, there we are, in order to work out new strategies. So somebody, there we are now then, is trying to work out new strategies. Why do you feel that we're seeing new taxes coming in, new tax year and everything like this now then, that they're pushing it out, there we are, they're pushing push it, do, 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 ooh, baby, 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 baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Get up on this. Do, 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 do. What, yeah. Please listen carefully, isn't it? There we are to what I'm saying. The first card to come out, look at my juicy little card. I'll never give up my cards. Just like these want us to give up our freedom. I'm never going to give up my cards. There we are, because this is my freedom, isn't it? As well as being whole. You can make me whole again. What year was that song? The Moon. Beware of two-faced. Could be in a clandestine situation. There we are. Been like this for a long time, isn't it? The trouble is, the ones want to put the business, there we are, into our business. You see what I mean? So therefore, you got what you call the middleman, isn't it? You got the moon. Do you see? This can mean that time. This can mean somebody, there we are, communicating with somebody else. I just got Las Vegas. Okay, communicating, there we are, with somebody else. Okay. This can mean not always romantic, no. But this can also mean that things happen at night time, isn't it? Okay, let's look at the stirring of the fucking spirit. Let's just say for sacrifices. There we are. Okay, my babies. And finally, you got the star. I did a video yesterday evening. So with the star, martyrs, babies, that simply means, okay, that a star could be shining on many. There we are. Okay, my delicious babies, okay. It could also mean that ones may not get their exact wish, but nevertheless, there we are, an unexpected will happen. And so even though they feel that they're not getting their exact wish, it simply means simple things that they will get their wish one way or another. But I am not referring to the putrid who run the world. I'm referring, there we are, to you and I out here, my delicious babies, okay? So that's what I want to say, my delicious babies, this evening. So if ones seem to find me unpalatable or unsavoury, or where I swear, well, fuck off nicely. I'm not being rude. Get off my channel. There we are. Get off my channel, because your services is not required. Okay. We are in, I've just got backdrop. We're in a backdrop, okay, situation, okay? And at the end of the day, there we are. The only way we're going to sort this out, the only way we're going to sort this out, yeah, stumbled there, rightfully so, is the way that we're going to do it, okay? So why doesn't everybody, and I mean all of alternative media, why don't they stop chatting shit? And by the way, there's a lot with Tucker Carlson now, Candice Owens. I've got nothing against them personally. I do not know them, okay? I'm not saying that they're good uploaders. I'm not saying they're bad. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, okay, there are a lot of questioning, and especially the Andrew fucking Alex Jones, okay? Martish babies, they're all fucking questioning him. Yeah, so you see, there we are, how it's going to spin. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, round, 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 round. But more, there we are, seeing what for the damn fucking nonsense now and the shit that they're fucking putting out. There we are, isn't it? Just like Charlie Cork, just like fucking Epstein. They're on an island, isn't it? Tropical. There we go. Stumbled again, rightfully so. Club Tropicana drinks are free. There we are. All that sunshine, there's enough for everyone. Oh, they got a bit of this, they got a bit of butty, they got a bit of everything, isn't it? Yes, when you sit with the palm, there we are, when you sit with the palm tree, isn't it? Okay, and then everybody else is on the stage. Do you see? So when there we are, everybody understand, there we are, we're all on the same song sheet. Right, so I'm not being nasty to any uploaders. No, I'm not. I'm just done. There we are, done telling it the way it is. Okay. Remember the orange and white, and remember the blue stripe, isn't it? But also remember the red and white stripe, which is a Jamaican beer. And remember what's going on there. They put it all over the internet to destroy the land so that they could take, because they've thieving little, thieving little, tea-leaving bastards, right, to take the land, okay? But nobody's hearing this now on the internet, isn't it, apart from ones who are truly following. But it came on to YouTube and then it disappeared as soon as it came. Quick flash. Do you see what I'm saying, Martish babies, okay? But they want to keep the Epstein, isn't it? And why did all of these split asses women, I'm not being nasty, why did they all come out decades later? I'm not saying that some never came out a couple of decades ago, but what I'm saying is, there we are, you've got to watch the flex, what's going on. Okay, boom, boom. Do you see what I'm saying? Boom, boom, Nelly me say, way-oh, boom, boom. Boom, 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 Nelly me say, way-oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's not all innocent, isn't it? Somebody can be still young when they're 20, 25. There we are. They still need time to learn, isn't it? But from what I hear on videos, I'm not saying that this is wrong, but what I'm hearing on videos, and you know what, I'm going to piss off, there we are, some of the alternative media. Let me piss you off. But let me, there we are, get you to question, isn't it? Remember the lads. Remember to question. Okay. Because for some of these young now, to do these Epstein business, supposedly, there we are, supposedly, that they actually said themselves they wanted a better life, they wanted all of this, okay? So some of them were rather naive to it. So let's not forget about this business now. Let's not forget about the business. There we are. Let's not forget about the business. Okay. What is it that even some of the alternative media, there we are, trying to hide so that other things can get done and then it get drip fed? Okay, there we are. That's all I'm done saying. So I'm not a bitch. If anybody feels I'm a bitch, we'll carry on feeling that I'm a bitch. There we are. There we are. I'm just done telling it the way it is. I mentioned Eyes Wide Shut, what is it, a couple of months ago? And it's only, there we are, just came out, isn't it? I rest my case. Anyway, wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, and how I love you so. You see, the fact of the matter is, my delicious little babies, okay, ones are also realising, there we are, the amount of bullshit, the amount of, there we are, staged events like in Iran. Okay, ma, there we are, delicious little babies, just like in Palestine. Okay, my delicious babies, I'm not talking about years ago when nasty things used to happen like in Syria and all of this now then. But, you know, one seemed to be, there we are, missing the fucking point somewhere. So what is it that I'm saying? It's just like a fucking deck of cards, bit by bit it's coming down. There we are, do you follow me? My delicious babies. However, I will say to who it may concern, for the dark-headed man who I have mentioned on and off my videos, yes, I do have respect for you. Okay, to who it may concerns relative, I do have respect to you, my little lovely. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Come on, Jerry Maguire. What year was that, my baby? Show me the money. Show me the money. Okay. So to who you are, to who it may concern, which is, I'll repeat again, the one who is in the family who supposedly runs the world, okay, which is, there we are, falling apart at the seams. Okay, my delicious babies, is that Bonnie Tyler? Did she sing Total Eclipse of the Heart? The Eclipse. Falling apart at the seams. Okay, anyway, I happen to rate this man. Okay, and he's trying, there we are, to turn, there we are, things around. Remember the twigs. Okay, my delicious little babies, there we are, and that's all I'm just going to be done saying. Okay, but they want to watch, there we are, Nestle at the moment, okay, because things are changing now, isn't it? They're trying to get more and more obedient fetuses. Oh, my beautiful, bless the beautiful dear little souls. You know, they're trying to get so many now, but they seem to be, there we are, having such a job, especially as they've fucking jibby jabbed how many in the fucking world now. Do you know what I mean, Marzish babies? Imagine that. Because it's called Cinemix. You only have to look on DuckDuckGo, quack quack. Okay, Cinemix. Synemix. Okay, Mardish babies. I keep having to, there we are, to mention this now, isn't it? So if YouTube want to bang me off and terminate my channel permanently, there we are. Then just do it, YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Don't fuck around. There we are. Just fucking be done doing it. But please be rest assured, I do not give a fucking figler's fuck. So I'm not so sure you're going to be around in 10-year time or in 5-year time, YouTube. Okay, I'm not too sure about that because I personally do not feel you are. Okay. But if you want to terminate my channel, there we are, then just be done doing it. Couldn't give a figler's fuck anyway. But look on Cinemix, this is why they need in different countries to be able to bring in this bill in our putrid fucking England. It's not putrid, actually. We're absolutely beautifully delightful. It's these fuckers who are in power, okay, because they've been worked from behind. Okay, Marzish baby stumbled again, rightfully so. The fact of the matter is, that's why they have to get the abortion up. You see what I mean? They used to be able to use the little fetuses, you see, for abortions, you know, to put in Nestle chocolate and to put it in any kind of chocolate and to, you know, I'm so sorry, my delicious babies, there we are, that you're having to hear this, but this is a damn truth. There we are, this is a damn truth, isn't it? And even doctors do not want to hear it now. They'll tell you that all these flavoured things, oh yeah, that I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, I'm wrong. Go and do your own fucking research to any fucking doctor or nurse out there. There we are. Then come back and chat business. There we are. I'm just done telling it. Okay, we've all fell into a trap by Nestle. We've all done it. And they've put it in other chocolates. They're fuckers, man. There we are, what they've done. There we are, the absolute fuckers, what they've done. Okay, Mardish babies. But to bring in a bill that you can have a termination up until, you know, the hour of birth. So what they're going to go and do, drink the adrenochrome. Okay. Or harvest that baby, have that baby or something else. Come on. There we are. Everybody fucking wake the fucking hell up. There we are, to what the fuck is going on. And if ones do not like what I've got to say, like I said, fuck off nicely from my channel. Get on your back. There we are. Ding, 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 ding. And pedal fast. Because I don't want your fucking inputs. You're fucking negative, man. You're not seeing the truth, isn't it? There we are. You're not seeing the truth, isn't it? And these little fuckers now. And they're doing everything, there we are, in our boat races, there we are, for us to see. What is it going to take till one's fucking see? Anyway, sending peace, love, harmony, bright blessings and protection to each and every one of you, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening. Please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life. I repeat it again, how I love you so. Just please, I beg you with the Lord of mercy, when the one's going to, there we are, wake the fuck up, isn't it? Okay. But the fact of the matter is, they still need woman and they still need her breasts, isn't it? They did a lot of breast removals. There we are. Where was that piece of flesh? There we are, going to. Just like the afterbirth, when a dear woman give birth now then. Where did that go? Did it go to makeup? Did it go to make countries happy so that they can wear all of these beautiful things on the boat race, isn't it? Make me damn sick, man. Anyway, until my next video, my delicious babies, there we are. I'm very serious. If somebody feels offended, I'm sorry, I'm not even sorry. I've gone past that. There we are. I've gone past that point now. There we are. Ones need to know the damn truth of what's going on. There we are. Okay. So YouTube, come on. I'm giving you every opportunity now. Come. Come come and terminate my channel. But like I say, like others, even 5 year on, I will never return. But I'll always be somewhere else. Look at the masculinity with my lads. As much as I can be, there we are, all woman. I can also be a man. Okay. So much love. Take care. Thank you for listening. Thank you for any views. Thank you for the occasional lads. I love you so. Many blessings. Bye-bye.